Ohayo gozaimasu, collectors. So, one of my viewers, Youngyata, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, or Youngyate. One of my specialties, guys, is mispronunciation. If I was an X-Men, that would be my mutant skill, mispronunciation of names. But anyways, he was happy to see that I'm doing more Honda reviews, and well, yes, here we are. Today we have an Inno64 of the Macau Grand Prix Guia race, again, mispronunciation, from 1995. The Macau Grand Prix dates back to 2005, and it's part of the World Touring Car Championship, I guess, or a bunch of touring cars. Unfortunately, this car didn't really rank in the race, according to Wikipedia. Oh well. Alright, so it's a Honda licensed product, as you can see there. And this one is tuned by Spoon Racing. They're a Japanese outfit that modifies Hondas. Sorry for taking so long there. Alright, that's cool. I like this box. Sometimes you get these crystal boxes and they have a separate piece of paper here, which I just don't understand why. Maybe it's to make the box fit easier initially, but I mean, it's just easier to just have one piece of paper, right? Pretty fancy. There's like a red foil sticker there. You can see the red there, right? Pretty fancy. Anyways, sadly that's going into the trash. Okay, so this case, not bad, unless there's tape. No tape, just good friction fit. But it's always good to lift it from the bottom and then open it lengthwise. Unfortunately, there's a massive scratch going on in this thing. Hopefully I can polish that out later. I am not going to take this off the base because I can see tiny metal tow hook, exhaust, and this antenna. So if I drop this model, I'm probably going to break something, so I'm going to leave it on. So this is the 5th generation Honda Civic, which I believe was produced between 1991 and 1995. And obviously they made millions of them. They were powered by either 1.3 liter 4 cylinders all the way up to a 1.8 liter. Sorry, I'm trying to focus now on the model. And Spoon, I don't know. I couldn't find any information of this car. I just did a search for Spoon Civic 1995 and couldn't find anything. But these images came up. So I think it's pretty good, actually. Off initial impressions, at least. The wheels seem to match. Alright, let's take a closer look here. Try to get the best light angle here and camera angle. Alright. So, those wheels, yeah, they're white, they're 6 spokes, they have blue knockoffs, and that does match those photographs I'm looking at, so that seems nice. The livery itself also seems to match up quite well. Yeah, okay. You can see the suspension is sunken quite a bit, and even that matches the photograph as well. So that's actually kind of hard to do, to sink the wheels, because with a metal body, this piece, part of the body, has to be really thin, or the wheels have to be pushed in a lot, like a Hot Wheels. But you'll see, I mean, the wheel is actually relatively close to the outside surface of the body, so that's pretty good molding of this casting here, you know. Very nice. Let me zoom in on this front wheel and see if we can see the brakes in there. It's definitely shiny. I can't tell if there's a cross-drilled pattern. It looks like there's some sort of surface texture. And then the caliper, I think, is in the front, like the 2 o'clock position. And coincidentally, there's an MPG or MAG. I think that says MAG on the wheel. Alright. And then it's got those perimeter bolts, so it's a 2-piece wheel. I do feel like the center detail could have been a lot better. I mean, it's nice that it's a blue dot, but this doesn't really look like a hexagon, like an actual nut. It looks too rounded, or it's possibly it was a hexagon, but they added a lot of this chrome adds thickness, and then the paint adds thickness, and then the third paint adds thickness. So it's possible this was actually a hexagon, but it's not really visible right now. Alright, tires, they're curved, they're not just slab-sided, so that's neat. I like that. And then, yeah, the printing, though, it's decals, I'm pretty sure. Yes, so that could be a problem in the future. You can see the paint on the top door is very smooth. That's just exposed clear coat. But then you can see the wrinkliness here between these graphics, and that's telling me it's a decal. Some decals last a long time, but I do have some models with decals and they crack, so, and also if you have an air pocket behind some of the crevices, that could be a really easy place for it to crack. Yeah, see, I literally just pushed that decal down into this crevice. Well, anyways, just be mindful of that, decals are not could possibly be a problem. Yeah, and also it doesn't really look very appealing either, right? Just seeing this orange peel effect, and it's only here, but here it's a little bit smoother. It's nice that these things are here, these little hood pin latches. They're like shiny chrome metal. I don't know if they're actually... I can feel a surface break, so I do think those might be photo etched pieces. Or it's at least like a metallic foil decal or a sticker or something. Alright. Headlights look good. I mean, there's clear, but there's behind it... Oh boy, hold on. Look at this. Look at this cracking. So that's not good. That's not good at all. I'm usually quite impressed with Inno64, but today is not that day. So this is a rare day where that's not good. I guess it depends how old this model is. Hold on here. I'm just looking at this. I'll focus on the car. You can look at I'm looking at the packaging here. This cardboard sleeve. It doesn't say when it was made. So that's too bad. It's a shame that people will make a collectible and not date it, which kind of makes it hard to collect things and value things. If you don't know how old it is, it's really hard to put a value on something on eBay or something in 10, 20 years. Alright, well, you got a red metal tow hook there, that's nice. You got some depth in the grill areas, and they're painted black really nice. So that looks good and all. This base is it's a funky smoked plastic. It's kind of neat, actually. Alright, now this side has the red lug nuts on the center knockoffs, so that's, threading direction, so they can't mistake which way to spin the thread. Boy, what's going on here? So, I don't know. It looks like a bubble, but it's not a decal bubble. It could be a paint bubble underneath the decal. Alright, the door handles are nicely done. Interesting molding going on there. The the yellow paint isn't covering the blue, so great there. But it is a nice separate mirror. It's not a casted in blobby mirror. See, so these decals are really annoying. Alright, fuel filler on this side. And then the tail lights here. I do feel like this is not pushed in very well. That could have been better. It's just a black license plate, but I guess it's a race car. Actually, that matches the rear photograph I pulled up, so that's fine. There is some decent delineation between the red and the orange, and I guess that's supposed to be white there. And then the exhaust tip does look nice. It's got some black in the middle of it, and there's depth to it. You can see the pick going in, and then again a tiny metal red tow hook there. The wing is plastic. I do feel like, well, the struts seem a little bit wide. I've seen thinner plastic wings by other brands, even probably Inno. I'm gonna guess this is probably one of Inno's early releases, because it's just they've definitely improved in some of their fit and finish, let's say. I also got this pretty inexpensively, so that's also what makes me think this is one of the early releases, because it was cheaper when it was brand new, and maybe it's just a car that no one wants to buy. But it still has the typical Inno work effort as we try to get on this interior here. I guess this is still a photo booth reflection that's I'm trying to avoid here. Okay, there we go. Look at that. I mean, it's got a say-belt harness, and that's a decal, which is fine on the interior. You'll never touch it, but it's a nice decal. You know, you can see the buckles and stuff like that. The seat itself is nicely molded, this racing seat. You can see the steering wheel is black, but the dashboard is like a gray. And then this wiper blade is molded into the plastic, and it's got a little black paint on it. Let's get around here. The side mirrors here, I failed to mention, they have some silver in there, but is it a sticker or paint? It's a really, really tiny sticker. Okay. So now this view of the interior, we've got the stick shift there. It looks like there's black or something in the center console, so some sort of paint app there. And then it looks like there's gauges in the cluster. White roll cage. Pretty thin defroster lines because you can still see the interior. Let's try this side and see if that dashboard, let's see the instruments. Yeah, it looks like there's a decal for the gauges. Maxed out at 4 times magnification, so I can't get any closer. I think it's just the distortion of the molded windows. Okay, so yeah, the rest of the interior does seem to be gutted as a race car should be. I'm looking for like a fire extinguisher bottle or something. What is this little black thing? That might be a... well, I don't know. It looks like there's some black and silver there, but I can't make out what it would be. Sorry, let me go around to this side again. Nope, I can't tell. Sorry. Okay, well, you got this tiny antenna there. Looks like it's a separate plastic piece, probably inserted into a hole. And then you got the black rain gutter details on the top, and that looks like paint. The windshield banner, spoon banner there, that looks like a decal. And now what's odd is the spoon on the rear window looks like a tampo print. Right? There's none of that clear wrinkliness. So the spoon and the defroster lines are a tampo print. This is a tampo print. There's no clear around it. So this is a strange mix of decals and tampo printing. But it's kind of strange to me. I mean, okay, well, I can now see here, this is part of the decal, the yellow. So then the front is painted blue. But here the yellow is painted on the top part of the canopy. I don't know if this blue here is still, probably is still part of a decal. Yeah, so then back here is yellow paint. So somewhere around here there's a fading of blue paint to yellow paint, and they covered up that fading with the decal. That's what I'm thinking that Inno chose to do. It's, I definitely prefer tampo prints. But, well, enough about that. These rear trunk latches, I guess, must be part of a decal as well, because you can see all this wrinkliness here. Yeah, decal here, there, alright. But you can kind of see... oh, no, that was just some lint. I thought it was underneath the decal. Alright, well... What do you guys think? I'm a little bit let down by this paint, so I was always wondering, you know, with these newer brands, what's going to happen to the paint? And now we might have the answer. Just like any other diecast brand, Kyosho or TLV, Konami, those older companies have been around for 20 years. It's possible all these newer brands, you know, in Inno64 and, you know, anything that's been around for less than 5 years, they might have the same problems. That's too bad. It really makes you wonder if you should even be buying these more expensive models, because they're gonna fall apart. Alright. well, that is that. Let's compare it to a couple other models, I guess. Alright, well, I don't have too many Hondas, so I do have this Kyosho. It's an Integra Type R. So I think this actually came out in 1995. But it's a coupe, obviously. A couple cars that could have been competing against. This is a 1994 plus Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 2, and this is by BM Creations. And I do like BM Creations quite a bit, but this is again one of those newer brands. In 5 or 10 years is going to have paint problems like that. And that's what I'm scared of, because, well, you know, I like my collectibles to last. Another BM Creations, we have a Subaru Impreza STI from 1994. So it's possible, you know, you could have been cross-shopping these 4 cars. Now, I'm not sure when this Kyosho came out, but its quality simply isn't on par, I would say, as these 3. These are much more modern brands. But also, these more modern brands cost a lot more than the old Kyosho blister packs. So, you get what you pay for, I guess. But I gotta say, the BM Creations are better. They're the best of the lot here. They have, well, in this case, a much more colorful interior, but they have a second set of wheel sets that you can swap out, and you can also raise and lower the ride height of them. So there's a whole lot of value going on with BM Creations. Alright, I guess that's enough for, well, let me give you guys a little bit of a top view. Alrighty, let's get these guys out. Well, what do you guys think? What's the hypothesis on diecast cars falling apart, no matter how expensive they might be? You know, is a $20 model you buy today gonna fall apart just as much as like a $6 Kyosho from 20 years ago? I think it's because diecast metal is a large part of the problem. It creates a lot of paint rash. But we don't know about the resin models also, if they're going to last. Although model railroading has been around for 50 to 70 years, and those models are all made out of plastic, so... But I don't know if they last that long either. So, we don't know. Alright, well anyways, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still going to buy some more Inno64s. They're my favorite brand still. I'm going to give them just a little bit of leeway here and just assume that this is one of the very first castings. But even if it was from whenever that brand started, this one has a lot of details, a lot more than other brands, you know, for this price range, you know, $15 to $25 price range. It's the little tow hooks, the little antenna, that sort of stuff, the brake systems. Okay, well, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.